Welcome back to Melisia Talks, where we talk all things uniquely you. Yes, we are doing week number 2 of back to school vibes, and we are almost finished with week number 1. And what can I share with you all right now? That I'm still trying to get my bearings together. Listen, I am still in summer mode, and exhale. I know that was probably loud if you have this turned up high, but that's where I am right now. I had been going to bed late or later than I am used to all pretty much all summer, unless I had to get up early the next morning for something, and that wasn't, too often. So now that I'm back to, getting up early, yes, our youngest isn't driving just yet. However, hopefully he will be. But yeah, I am still having thoughts of the summer right now. My mind is still in the summer, so I'm getting my bearings still. And with that being said, it has been, thank you Lord, a great week. Needless to say, things are going well with, the transition to the senior life for my youngest, and of course for us. I think emotionally we're just going through the motions, but it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of sad, and also, joyous at the same time. I have, you know, other nephews that are also in their senior year this year. So just thinking back to when they all were born, all in the same year. And now here we are, getting ready to celebrate them all next year by way of this momentous occasion, and that's graduating from K through 12 schooling. It will be over for them, and I'm just really hoping that they all get an opportunity to take advantage of every activity that comes with being a senior in this last year, just because you don't get those moments back. You can't do high school over again. You can't do middle school or elementary school over again. And so my hope is that they really take advantage of everything that they can and everything that this season has to offer them as it relates to their last year of high school. So what is up with Melisia Talks? Well, we surpassed our 50th episode, and that was 2 episodes ago. So yay! I did not mention it then, but we have recorded and published 50 episodes, and I'm so grateful to God for that opportunity. It started out the beginning of the year with different topics, guest speakers, and of course as the summer came, I kind of got more away from that and just talking about life. This is uniquely you. It's Melisia Talks, where we talk all things uniquely you. And not every topic is going to be for every person. So this summer I really wanted to hone in on the summer experience. My boys were a part of some of the episodes as well, and just really focusing in on family and really involving them. If you listen back to February, I did have my husband on for a few episodes, and then even with family now this summer, I'm going to bring in some friends too. I did have one of my best friends to record back in February as well, but also incorporating those who I work with. I have not shared with many of my coworkers that I even have a podcast that I'm doing, but I really want to just celebrate and highlight in my profession women who are doing great things. There are a few of my coworkers that are men, but in this field, we do understand that there are not very many men. So majority of my coworkers are women, and just celebrating the many great things that they have done, not just for nursing, but also the communities that they serve. I mean, they are some amazing women that I work with. They truly do challenge me, whether they know it or not. They challenge me to do better, to be better as it relates to this profession, and stay true to who I am as it relates to a woman, a Black woman. Are they all Black women? No, there are some that are not, but especially the ones that are, really just staying true to who I am and especially as a Black woman in this field and in our society today. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about bringing them on. That's going to be hopefully starting in September. For the month of August, I'm going to finish it out as the summer series. This was just kind of a little bit of a continuation to back to school, and adding in just a few other things as you see here with as it relates to Melisia Talks. So I'm excited, really, really looking forward to all that God has for this podcast throughout the end of the year. My goal is to start season number 2 in January of 2026. And so I do plan to take a break for the month of December. I will have no recordings for the month of December. So we have had 11 months straight of, publishing information, content that I hope has been a blessing and help to many people. And then coming back fresh for the year 2026, So even now, if you're not planning for the next phase of life, like I said in my last recording, no, you don't have to always be doing something. I want to make sure that you understand you don't always have to be doing something, but definitely just making sure you have a path, a plan, or something that you're doing, even if it's just going to volunteer at your local church or a local food bank, anything. Just stay active, all right? And in that process, serving others. I am all about serving others in some way, shape, or form. And with that, as I was saying, planning for the new year. We are now mid-August 2025. September, October, November, December, and January will be here in 4 months. What have you done? What can you still do? It's never too late to do anything that, you may have been putting off, or anything that you may have been fearful of even stepping out to do, or, even just, reading and starting a new plan, a new book. I am not a book reader. Hey, okay, yeah, we're honest here. I am not the full book reader, and even a journaling person. A lot of people say journaling, writing things down. I will do that every now and then, maybe on my phone, but I have multiple journals that I have purchased because they were so cute at different whatnot stores and stuff, and I have not done anything with those. So I know me, I know my, limitations. I know what I can and cannot do, and I know what I am going to put more effort into. And that's just something that, I usually don't. But it doesn't mean I'm not jotting down notes in my phone and writing things down, especially when it comes to, short-term goals, long-term goals. But I'm just not a daily journaler or journaling person. There you go. All right, so I am going to end this. It literally was just a snippet episode for today, and I am excited, you all. And honestly, you're probably like, is she always happy? No, I just want you all to know I'm excited right now. I have my moments. I'll probably have some episodes when I come on, before this end of the year, just truly explaining, the process of life, and one process that, many of us women go through is perimenopause. And yes, I'm not ashamed to say that I am of perimenopause age. It's soon to be potential menopause, but I don't subscribe to all of the symptoms that everybody's saying that they're having. I don't. Yes, I, am experiencing things, going through things, but I know that God will get me through this, and I'm going to be okay. And every other woman who's going through it is going to be okay. Many have survived and thrived through this, and I feel like I will as well. And so just taking it one day at a time, and doing all that I can, especially with the new technology, new cutting edge, research and information that can help us through this season. All right, so that was a little bit off topic, a little tangent I went on, but just understanding that I'm excited and I'm looking forward to the rest of this year, as I was saying, and all that God has in store for 2026. Let's get excited, people. Well, until next time, this is Melisia Talks, where we talk all things uniquely you. Until next time, bye.